last two games? How do we keep the momentum rolling as the season continues?
Well, we recharge the battery during the course of, you play a Sunday and you don't play till Friday. But with the style and the way we're playing right now, we do need to take a little breath because I just like the way we are pushing. I think we're encouraging it through video and through our drills that when we apply pressure, whether it's with the puck, holding on to it and making plays, or when the opponent has the puck, it's an effective brand of hockey for us.
Taking a look, long break into the weekend where you got 3-3. What are you kind of telling the team at this point, as you get through this week?
Well, we thought a lot about it. We planned our week as much for what we needed to do on the ice, to be thinking about an afternoon game on Sunday in Rochester. It's a heck of a lot to ask of these guys, the amount of physical toll it takes on you, a lot of hours on the road and hotel rooms, and at the end of it, that's a fun factor. You know what, you go out and you get to spend a weekend together with a common goal, and there's no mistake that we are right in the a hardcore battle, and that's something that we've spent time talking about the last day, and now we're just pushing it behind us and preparing for it. So it's something to look forward to.
I think 5 points out of the playoff spot, but then only 6 points out of third place in the division. With 14 games to go, what are we looking at as far as the schedule and how you get into that playoff spot as the season comes to a close?
I guess you're a coach, so you're always kind of keeping an eye on who's playing who, what the implications of games that you're not involved in, but that's just wasted effort, really. All you can worry about is your own games. We have to take care of our home game on Friday night, which we're excited. We're encouraged that we're playing a much more entertaining brand of hockey that the Utica fan base enjoys. So we want to really get off to a good start. With the women's worlds coming in, we're not going to get much home cooking here, so we really want to take advantage of those dates we are at home. So we're excited about that. And then we get on the road, and we've got 2 games within under 24 hours. So we're going to ask a lot, and we're going to expect a lot.
Taking a look at kind of the roster over the last probably week, 2 weeks, there's been some moves as far as trades go that affect your lineups in the day-to-day. Can you talk about those guys that have now joined the team recently?
Well, we've got 28 bodies right now, and we're really almost right on the number of putting a lineup of 20 players on the ice. So there's some logistics. We've got an immigration challenge. We have some a little bit of health challenges going on. So for us, it's look at who we feel are going to be the most impactful guys, and that gets right down to who's taking the opening face-off and who we feel can help us the most on our special teams. So a lot of decision and planning, but I think when you play the game with emotion and passion, it tends to flow right into your game. So that'll be the recipe for the weekend.
And just taking a look in that, obviously the moves up top kind of impacted who is here in Utica in goal. So what is kind of the future for the goaltending position as far as the rest of the season for your team?
Well, we have 3 quality options. All 3 have played solid hockey at different times over the course of the year, but make no mistake that I've made it very clear to them that I'm looking for a horse to ride, and our performance matters. Development is always something that is priority, and we look at it as our number 1 responsibility. At the end of the day, give me a hot tender, I'll ride him.
I think taking a look at some of the stats from this year, and obviously there's a feel thing that goes into it as well, but I think Isaac had been one of the better goaltenders that you've had on this team. What's kind of the thought process in sending him down to the Thunder and letting him get some more games there?
Well, it's not a good one. I mean, hey, he has earned the right to be here. His disposition around the locker room, he's got a infectious enthusiasm around him. I think it was disappointing for our team to lose a teammate for however short of time, but you also play the long game for a young goaltender that's really had a solid year. So with our current situation, it's a little more challenging finding the net. Whereas you can go to Adirondack and really take over the load and be facing pucks in game-like situations. So I will say it's not, our decision making was not a performance-based decision.
And as far as some guys who have played well, Isaac included, but it's a career year for Ryan Schmelzer. Can you talk about your captain and his leadership and the statistics that go along with that this year?
I think Schmelzer over the course of the year, we've had some games that we feel like not only did we leave points out there, but we're really against what we feel has a team's identity. And I think over the last month, Ryan is not a guy that speaks a ton, but I think his words have a lot of impact. But in our business, there's always people talking, right? You're always listening to me, right? What you do is you go out and your actions speak louder than anything, and he's doing everything he can to drag us into a playoff spot. Okay.
Coach, is this weekend kind of a make or break kind of thing for you three?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's over the course of the year you look at, you got 25 games left. All right, it's time to make sure we get going. Right now, there's no choice. We need to make an impact to put ourselves in the conversation of getting in the playoffs. And we've been sniffing around that. We've been around the 500 level all year, which to me is just exactly what it is. It's average, and that's the way we played. And we have put ourselves into a situation. I think we've acknowledged it. We're +2 right now, which is the best we've been all year. And to us, you wipe the slate right now and look at this weekend as being a real deal breaker for us.
Is that having Dawes and Witherspoon coming back here for the remainder of the season, that puts you in a little bit better position? Or?
Well, I think you're always excited when players get to back in your lineup. I don't think they're excited, right? Hey, they just came from playing in the NHL in Arizona and Las Vegas, and we're off to Wilkes-Barre this weekend. But you know what? The rink's the same size. The opponent's got a lot of intensity out there. It's about playing the game. That's what we look at.
Kevin, as you've entered March here and the regular season starts to wind down, do you feel like this team has started to play for each other more at this time of the year?
I think you're getting into the intangibles there, Ben. That if you're not if you're out there and thinking that you're playing for yourself, you picked the wrong sport, man. I mean, you should be thinking about a racket sport or picking up a golf club. I mean, hey, for us, if you don't play as a team, you're cooked. And it would look like at times that we were disjointed. And there's some coaching issues that went on with that, and I'll take a lot of ownership in that. But if I felt or smelt that in the locker room, that there's a little bit of that I mean my stuff, it is not something that I've acknowledged or seen within our group.
You mentioned immigration issue. I imagine that goes back to Lagare.
It does.
He's here. So he's just practicing then for now?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea of when he might be able to play?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Is this a similar situation to what happened with Jace Howard?
It is the same situation, which was certainly delayed for a long stretch, but we liked the way Nathan has practiced. We liked the way that he played in the one game. I think he's a kid that, hey, it's hard. He was in Laval, which he lived 15 minutes from the rink in Laval, and he gets traded. And you're a hockey player. That's going to happen. And I think he's come in here. He's really gotten on board with what we're trying to do, and he's itching to get in the lineup. So as soon as I hear from our management level that he's eligible, we'd certainly find a place for him.
Bowers is out there too. Is that the kind of first step from the return from a break?
I would say he's beyond the first step. I think we've got another medical appointment here that will give us a little more insight whether he'll be available or not. But he is certainly trending to a closer return.
Masul is still out. Do you have a timeline at all with him and his?
I do not. No, he's got a non-orthopedic challenge that we're getting a lot of. He's in good hands, but we'll make sure that he's feeling really good before he steps into our game lineup.
Dowling looked like he was a full participant today too.
He was, yeah.
Expect him back for the weekend.
Well, we'll see, but today was a good sign.
And then you have an update on Chase Stillman.
He won't be available this weekend, but it should not be long term.
Is that an upper body or a lower body?
It is upper body.
Last one for me with IIHF getting rolling here. Team China's here. And
Yes.
the tournament gets rolling, in a couple of weeks. Is there anyone that you kind of look to see to maybe have a big tournament outside of the big names like Poole and Curry Knight?
Well, I think you look at the NCAA rosters, and in the women's game, it's getting sprinkled with some European players as well. So, from my experiences coaching women, Finland's always a competitive, strong game. I think Switzerland is also a team that's always seems to be really well disciplined, put together. Just hard to match the talent of the U.S. and Canada, but I think they realize that and they play a game with discipline. So those are probably the two that would stick out for me.